Hi, welcome to Red Rock Bicycles. My name's Josh and I run the service department. We're going to go over a few things today to make sure that you get rolling on your ride and have a great time. One of the most important things to check on every single ride, it's very important, is tire pressure on a bike. There's a couple different PSIs and standards in the industry, but today we're just going to mainly talk about a road bike and how to work the Presta valve system on a road bike or your typical mountain bike. First thing I like to do is I kind of like to put the valve stem here on its side, about at this angle. You really want to just undo the black plastic valve cap. This is just designed to keep the dirt and dust and debris out of the valve stem. Once this is off, if you zoom in here, you're going to see this little brass nut at the end. This nut unscrews, and you just want to give this a quick tap. You'll hear a little bit of air coming out. If your tire has a sealant inside the tube, don't be alarmed if you do get a little bit of sealant that squirts out. Kind of common. That's kind of why we want this valve to be kind of at the top end of the tire and not sitting here at the bottom where the sealant will really want to squirt out. Once I get this nut loosened up, basically I just take my pump here, push this onto the tube, lock the head down, and I'm going to inflate my tire. Most road bikes, we like to go anywhere between 100 and 110 pounds. We're at 100 on this bike. If you're ever in question, also on the side of the tire, there should be that maximum PSI rating. Do not exceed the maximum PSI. We generally like to go just a little bit below. Again, it's generally right around 100 pounds is about the sweet spot we've found. When I get done, I just pull off the pump head, make sure I screw this brass nut back down all the way, make sure my little nut here is tight or you'll hear it rattling down the road, and you can reinstall this cap on the end of your valve. Now I'm going to show you the best way to lube your chain, and it's pretty simple to do. You don't need a big chain cleaner, a bunch of tools. The most important thing is to have a good rag and a good quality lube. In our area, we really like a wax-based dry lube for how dry our conditions are. We get very little rain. You really want a chain that you can touch without getting your hands dirty. And these type of lubes really do keep your chain really clean, and they actually clean the more you use them. So what we're going to do here is we have a nice little stand. Set your bike in the stand. If not, you can lean your bike against the corner of a wall or something like that. But what we like to do is we like to get the bike kind of in a stable position, and I get a little bit of rubbing alcohol. If you don't have any alcohol, just use the rag dry. But what we're going to do is grab this rag and grab the bottom side of the chain and pedal the bike backwards. As I'm pedaling it backwards, I'm just trying to get as much of the debris off of this chain as I can. Keep in mind, a good tip is that if you are grabbing the chain up here at the top above the chainstay, the bike will not pedal backwards. So really do make sure that you're grabbing the chain on the bottom side and just get as much of this off as you can. You're never going to get it all the way off. But again, just get a couple rotations like this, get it off pretty good. And then what I like to do is I grab my lube here. Again, I like to apply the lube to the inside of the chain, and I just pedal the bike backwards slowly as I'm laying a nice little stream of lube right across the top. I basically lay this stream down until I see it return back on itself in a full rotation. Again, use these lubes sparingly. If your chain isn't noisy or loud, it's nice and it's not squeaking, really don't put any lube on until that chain starts to make some noise or gives you a little bit of issues. Over lubing chains can actually wear them out quicker. So really you want to keep it nice and clean and only use it when it gets dry and crunchy or kind of squeaky noises. When I'm done, again, I just like to slowly grab my rag on the dry side. Just slowly, I'm not trying to wipe anything off now. I'm just trying to get any globs or goos or anything like that I'd kind of over-lubed on just to wipe it down and smooth it off. Wait about 10 minutes and go ride your bike. And one more quick reminder I want to make sure that you're aware of is that all of our bikes come with a 1-year service and tune-ups. And I want to remind you to bring your bike back in within 30 days of your purchase. Typical for bikes to kind of get a little bit out of adjustment with brand new cables and housing. Again, it's kind of a 30-day break-in period is what we recommend, and we'd love to see you come in within the first 30 days. And again, it's no charge, and we'll get you rolling.